It's going to be cold for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Can I ask you something? Sure. I had to add the no matchmaking to the header. Apparently, it was effective. Apparently, it was effective. Because earlier today, during the noon live, it wasn't nowhere near as many people saying, I'm looking for a mine. I need a mine. We didn't have nowhere near as many callers saying anything like that. What's going on, Robert? Okay. We bring Arlene up since she's been overlooked as of late. Arlene, what's
Hi,
going
can
on?
you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Thanks for bringing me in.
Sure.
So I just wanted to call and just kind of follow up. You already know like what's going on. I just wanted quickly to just ask like what is the best way to approach the situation in case that he does reach out like midweek and act like nothing's ever happened. You know,
Okay.
just kind of like, hey, what's up, how are you type of thing. I don't plan on responding. I want something more serious.
Sure.
Obviously, he's not putting in forth the effort. I'm not sure if me coming to see him at work scared him,
Yeah.
but I'm glad I did that because I got the answers that I needed for myself.
Sure. So give everybody in the chat a little recap of everything.
Sorry, it's hard to hear you.
I said give everybody in the chat a little recap of what happened.
Oh, okay. So long story short, I went on a second date with someone that I met, and during the date, he asked me if I wanted some snacks. He was buying snacks, and I said no, thank you, I'm fine. I am hungry, but if anything, we can grab something to eat afterwards. He went ahead and told me out loud that he was on a phone call earlier that same day with his best. He was expressing to his best friend that the reason why he doesn't date where we live, it's because it's very expensive to take women out to dinner. I felt very uncomfortable. I wanted to leave the date as soon as he said that. And I ended up staying. I ended up just laughing it off. And we ended up having a great date. And he didn't reach out for the next 3 days, and he seemed very happy to talk to me. And then I haven't seen him since. So on Sunday, I went by his job just to say hi, just to let him know I was thinking of him. He seemed super happy that I was there. He gave me a hug. He chatted with me for a few minutes, and he asked me where was I going afterwards. And I expressed that I was walking down to the store to grab something. And he mentioned that he was possibly going to catch the football game later on that same night with a couple of friends, but that he was thinking of taking a nap. Never heard from him after that. And he ended up watching the game with, he says it's his best friend / sister. I'm not sure who she is. I've never met her, but he has spoken to me about her. And it was just very, very, very scary to I put myself in a vulnerable situation, going to see him at work. And just kind of surprising him. I was trying to be very sweet and cute because I haven't seen him since, but I haven't heard from him since. So I think it scared him, and I think that it showed that I am looking for something serious, and maybe that's why he has not reached out. And I'm totally fine with that. I can handle rejection, no big deal. But I just wish that he would communicate this with me because he is a lot older. He's in his 40s. So that's the background to the story.
Gotcha. Okay. And what are the ages here?
Say that again.
What are the ages?
What is what?
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Okay. There's also an echo. Hold on.
I don't know how to take the echo off.
Am I on speaker or something?
Say that again.
Am I on speaker or something?
No, you're
Okay.
not.
Okay. So how long have y'all been dating in total?
We met right before the holidays, he asked me for like my information right away. He asked me for my phone number. I didn't give it to him because of how we met. The night that we met, he was with another woman. So we actually ended up running into each other after the holidays, and he's expressed how happy he was to see me in person, and then he went ahead and texted me and said that he was going to be very vulnerable with me and that he couldn't stop thinking of me from the first day that he met me, and he was hoping that I would have ran into him or that I would have accepted his friend request on Instagram, since I declined giving him my phone number the same night that we met. And that same night that he saw me, he asked me on a date.
Okay.
Yeah. On the date, he did ask a few questions like, what was my longest relationship? How long have I been single? How recently did I move here to this area? But I also didn't like the fact that there were a lot of drinks involved. I don't know, he just wanted to drink. I expressed that I don't really drink that much. I wasn't sure, maybe he was just nervous, but during that date, he did mention that the drinks were very expensive. So he took me to a second location where everything was free and paid for because the people at that location knew him. So on our second date, he invited me to movies, and that was the comment that he made.
Okay, hold on one second. Are y'all saying the echo's on my end? Because I don't hear one right now when I mute her. Can y'all still hear echo? Someone let me know in the chat. Okay. So it's not on my end then, because I just muted her. All right. I was about to end this string. That had me worried. All right. Okay, so you've been dating him since holiday season, and so how many months is that? That's still relatively recently, but you stopped hearing from him for 3 days, and then you popped up at his job. Do I have the timeline correct? Arlene, I just unmuted you, but you gotta accept it.
Hi, sorry, can you hear me? No, our date was on Monday. He ended up reaching out Friday night, and he said, "Hey, just wanted to tell you that I was thinking of you. I'm about to head into work tonight." He was just pretty much checking in. It was 3 days after our date. We did end up texting back and forth all weekend. And then Sunday, I was on my way to the store, and the store that I was going to, the place that he works was along the way. And I was like, I looked to see if he was there, and he was, and he seemed super happy when he saw me. But I was very afraid to go, unannounced. But he made me feel very welcomed. He seemed very happy to see me. But I was just kind of like, upset in a way that he didn't text me that night, or even just to text to say, "Hey, did you ever make it home safe?" Because I did walk there, and I was by myself. And he asked me, he was like, how come you're gonna walk to the store by yourself? It's kind of dangerous. How come you didn't drive? And I was like, oh, because it's nice out today. But I never heard from him. So I think it could have scared him. I really think it did. I don't know, but
it's possible. So how long ago was that?
This was on Sunday. Today's Tuesday. So I haven't heard from him.
Haven't heard from him since?
No.
So in total, how many months has it been since you've been dating him?
I met him right before Christmas, but we spoke in January when we ran into each other. It's been he seemed very expressive in his text messages when he does reach out. He seemed happy to talk to me, but I feel that if a man is interested in his age, he's gonna jump on a call real quick just to say hi, how are you, how's your week going? I mean, he doesn't even do that, so I'm okay. Like I said, with rejection, I'm okay if he doesn't want anything serious, but that is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So if he does reach out midweek, you know, I personally just don't plan on entertaining it. I don't want to respond to him, but I also don't want to be rude about it either. So I just kind of want to know what's the best way to approach the situation.
I mean, you don't have to wait for him to reach out. You can just, I'm going to mute you real quick. Hold on, because of the echo. You don't have to wait for him to reach out. You can just send him like a proactive text. And, essentially say that you enjoy meeting him, but you don't really feel like y'all are aligned. All right. And move on from that. You don't really have to wait. But I agree. If he's in his 40s, he knows how to be intentional. I told you when you brought this up before that the main red flag for me was the whole DJ thing. Not that DJing is a bad gig. It's just certain professions, it's just harder and more unlikely that people are going to be serious about a relationship because they just have so many options likely coming their way. But yeah, I do think it was pretty soon for you to pop up at his job, considering that y'all just met in what you said around right before Christmas, and then January there wasn't much contact, so it was pretty soon. That could have spooked him a little bit, but I don't think that was the nail in the coffin. I just think that he is keeping this connection kind of light and casual. It doesn't seem like nothing about his behavior suggests that he has any real intentions. And I'm gonna mute you now. Arlene, you still there? You gotta accept the unmute request. There we go.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was talking. I didn't know. But yeah, I just I genuinely felt bad afterwards. Go to his job, considering the fact that he never reached back out just to make sure if I even got home safe. I never wanted him to ever feel like uncomfortable in his workplace or anything. But he's happy to see me. I mean, we chatted for a few minutes. He did not seem uncomfortable. So I never, I left very happy. Like I left very hopeful that I would have heard from him on Sunday night. Mm-hmm. But since I didn't, it's okay. That's fine. Mm-hmm. I'm a sweet woman and he knows. Like, I think he knows my intentions. Sure. I meant it very well by going there and just saying, I haven't seen him in a week. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to see his face. That was it. But he definitely has different intentions, and that's fine. I am dating, to find my husband. So if he's not interested, then that's okay.
That's the right mindset. Just keep at it. You'll find him eventually, right? But no more DJs though. All right.
No.
All right. All right, Arlene. Best of luck, love.
Thanks. Mm-hmm. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
All right, Jess.
Hey.
What's going on, Jess?
Thank you so much for accepting my request.
Sure.
I don't really know where to start from, but I need a bit of advice.
Okay.
Literally heartbroken right now. So I've been with my man for I think 8 years right from college, and I had the opportunity to travel out of the country, and so we were in long distance for about 2 years, and all of a sudden things started changing a bit. Most times we were talking mostly all the time, video calls every morning. He tries to call me. We talk, and for some time, on mostly weekends, I don't hear from him. He gets home, and I'm like, oh, and he's like, his phone went off, and there's a whole lot. So I was like, okay, if I'm not going to hear from him, at least he should share his location with me so that at least I know he got home safe. So fast forward, just this January was his birthday, about on 5th January. So the weekend of his birthday, I didn't hear from him. For someone I video call most of the time, all of a sudden he was like, he can't video call me, he would rather text me. I called him one Saturday evening. He picked up the call and was like, why did I call him? He's with his friends and he knows, and I know he's out with his friends, so why did I call him? And I heard some girl's voice. So I was a bit confused, and he came back from his trip. He was like, he was on a birthday trip and all with his boys, and he works in real estate, and a guest came around that he had to like go on a trip with. And so I was like, okay. When he came back, I was like, okay, can he show me pictures of like from the trip? And he was like, no, he can't. And it was a whole lot. So fast forward, I blocked him. I was like, if he's not willing to show me anything or tell me the truth, then he should stay away. Then he literally came and he told me there was this girl that came that he took on the trip, but he didn't sleep with her, and it's a whole lot. And I'm hurt. I don't know what to do. Like, I didn't imagine he could lie to me. I really don't know.
Okay, so what's your question here, love?
My question is, I don't know if he's telling the truth right now. If I should take him back. He was like, it was basically like business, strictly business. I don't know.
And he took a woman with him on the trip?
Yeah, it was like there was a guest that came around that needed to see some places because he works in like the hospitality industry.
Why did he tell you there was a woman with him on the trip?
He didn't tell me it was a woman with him on the trip. He told me it was a man. Like, and consistently I asked him. He made me feel like I was crazy. Like, I don't know.
He told you it was a man, and then you found out it was a woman?
Yeah, I told him, I asked him, who were you with on the trip? He was like, oh, it's a guest. It was a man that came from somewhere and he went on the trip with. The man needed to see some places. And he was lying. And I was like, oh, I know you're lying. Like, I know you're lying. Because it's been like 8 years.
How did you find out it was a woman?
So I blocked him for some few days, and I was like, I knew it's like, because I told him to show me pictures. He didn't have any pictures to show me from his trip. Mm-hmm. And so today, like, I go back from work, I blocked him everywhere, and he used other numbers to reach me. And he was like, he wants to talk and be honest with me. And he told me it was this woman. And I know that girl has been his guest before. They once went out on a date, and she came back again, and it's a whole lot.
I'm sorry you're going through that, love. That sounds tough. How long have y'all been together?
8 years.
8 years? Yeah, that's
like
tough.
The only person I've known like since I entered college.
No, I know that's tough. 8 years is a long time to be with somebody, for you to be betrayed like that. I'm sorry that's happening to you. But you do know what you have to do in this situation, though, right?
It's hard.
I understand. But if he's going to tell you that it was a man on the trip with him, and you find out it was really a woman, you have all the information you need in that situation.
Thank you.
I know it sucks. It sucks. It's going to suck for a while. Okay, you just got to be prepared for that. It's all right to cry. You can let it out.
Yeah, thank you.
But just make sure you don't return to this situation, because this is obviously someone that doesn't respect you, someone that you can't trust. This is one of those situations you can't really come back from. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, love. You take care of yourself. Bye. I wonder how old she was. She sounded young. That's rough, though. To be with somebody for a long time like that and be betrayed in that way, that's rough. Just leave, people. That's one thing. Like, I get why people cheat. Meaning, like, I understand it, but it's a difficult situation because it's like, just leave. I don't think people underestimate how much you can fuck somebody up by cheating on them. You know what I mean? It's like you change the full trajectory of somebody's life when you do that. In a sense. You leave that much of an impact. it's 100% a traumatic situation. Any other person they connect with after that, you're going to be in their mind. Like, is this person going to do the same thing? It's a terrible thing to do to somebody, man, especially someone you spent 8 years with. All right, let's bring Cece up so she can reset the room real quick. Cece, we're gonna go you real quick, and then we're going.
You already called me out. Yeah, I was trying to wait.
Cece.
All right, everybody, welcome in. Welcome in. We have a 115K goal, so we need to make sure that we are tapping that screen. It helps the algorithm shoot this live up, and so as people are scrolling, they will come across it. So that's why we ask you guys to tap so hard and interact with your comments. So make sure that you guys are tapping, and we want to get to at least 60K this first hour. All right, that means we're going to be hitting that number tonight for sure. I'll come back up here every 30 minutes if I have to check y'all. So you also want to go ahead, if it's your first time in, that orange heart up at the top, that's going to be another interaction that lets TikTok know this live is popping. So you want to grab that heart me. There's a couple of things that I ask you to do in there. Make a comment, send a gift, do all of those things. If you have the gifts, send the gifts, okay? He greatly appreciates it. He ain't going to ask for it, but I'm like, we love you gift him, okay? Also, down there at the bottom, you got a gray arrow. That is going to be where you repost to your storyline. So as the people that are following you can see that this live is going on right now. And then also in that same arrow, you can send it to your top 15 people there. And you want to make sure that you do that and let them know, hey, come in, join this live. As you guys are requesting, we want to make sure you're coming up and following the structure. It is going to be question first, and then he's going to ask you for the context, okay? Do not worry about the comments. Don't worry about what they're doing down there, okay? You want to focus on what the host is giving you, that advice. So you waited all this time. You want to focus on that. All right, let's go. Let's tap. See, we're almost at 25. All right, let's go, chat.
Appreciate you, Cece.
Thank you.
She's getting even better at that job, by the way. Like, she started off amazing, but now it's like phenomenal. Bree, what's going on?
Hey,
how you doing?
Don't mind the background noise. My toddler is watching Miss Rachel and playing with his toys.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of in like a really fucked up situation. I feel like I'm back in high school because of how this relationship is going. And so my best friend of like 4, almost 5 years, we've always had this kind of like chemistry, and we've always been very flirtatious throughout our friendship. And just recently, a little over a month ago, we actually started dating, like becoming official. But so this he's a gamer, loves to play like Call of Duty Mobile, you know, which, okay, fine, I play it too, no biggie. But since we started dating, it's almost like he's on it even more, which means like he lives a couple states away, so we video chat a lot, you know. And so we used to video chat a good portion of the day, and then we would be on video chat through the night. And recently he's just barely ever talking to me. I just need advice because I try to bring it up to him, and as soon as like I even begin to bring it up, he gets like pissed off. Like, he blows up and says that, oh, I'm just gonna delete the game, I'm just gonna tell my friends to F off. And I'm like, no, that's not even the thing. Like, I don't even know how to approach him anymore because he's a completely different person now that we're together than he was throughout our whole like friendship. and I don't understand how, like, where to go from here.
How
Because now we don't even talk half the time.
how old are you two?
I am 26, he's 27.
Okay. How long have y'all been together?
A little over a month officially,
Okay. And y'all been friends for years?
for like 4 or 5 years, almost 5 years, yeah.
And you called him he's your best friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, was he talking to you before before y'all became official?
Yeah, like, and like in the beginning of our relationship, like it didn't really change, but within the past like couple weeks, it's literally like he's constantly like it's like he's avoiding me. You know what I mean? And then every time that we do talk, it's like it's a chore for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like you got you an avoidant.
Right.
That's why things changed soon after you got into a relationship. It's a different dynamic than a friendship, right? It's a bit more at risk. Now there's expectation. They don't like that. So it's using the game as an excuse to kind of create distance.
Right, and see, I don't even care that he plays games because, like, I play the game too, you know, and like I play games, he plays games. It's not a big deal to me. It's not the game that bothers me. It's just a simple fact of like I sit there and like I'll try to like text him or message him, and before we started dating. Hey, you don't need to yell like that. It's okay. Before we started dating, he would message me and be like, hey, I'm going on the game for a little bit. And then he would only be on the game for like an hour or two. And then he'd be like, hey, still on the game, or hey, I'm off the game now. And so like, it's not the game that bothers me. It's the lack of communication. And then when I try to bring it up, like, hey, like a couple days ago, I said, hey, just so you know, I tried to schedule a day for us to spend time together, like, and watch, like, a movie or something.
Yeah.
I said, hey, like, are you available tomorrow at such and such time? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't think so, because so-and-so wants to play. And I'm like, okay, well, you play with so-and-so all the time. Can, like, we spend time together? And then when I said that, he's like, oh, I'm just gonna delete the game. I'm just gonna fucking tell my friends to F off. Like, and I'm like, no, I'm just trying to spend time together. And then he didn't call me until, cause I take medicine at night for, my mental issues.
Yeah.
And so like my medicine knocks me out.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't call me until after I told him I took my meds. And that's when he calls me, is after I take my meds. That's when he calls me and is like, okay, good night. And then in the morning, he's like, all right, I gotta get off the phone. And I'm like, huh? Like, he's only available when I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you kind of know what you got to do in this situation, love, to be honest with you. It's just pretty much cut and dry. Like, you can't have a long-distance relationship. Like, when you're in a long-distance relationship, you have to make up for the fact that you aren't in proximity physically with time spent, like, on the phone, FaceTime, things of that nature. If he's unwilling to talk to you for whatever reason, doesn't matter what the reason is, I mean, it's just not going to work, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you got a decision to make. I obviously don't have to do anything right now, but sleep on it. But I think based on what you're telling me, I don't know if I have all the details, but based on what you share with me, it sounds like you've been fair. It sounds like you've been trying, but you can't carry the relationship on your back, right? Like, it has to be a mutual effort. Okay?
Right. And like every time that I like try to talk about something that bothers me, he blows up and turns it into a fight.
Okay.
And then blames me, saying that I'm the one that's trying to fight. And it's like, no, I'm not trying to fight. I've had enough fighting throughout my life.
Okay.
You know?
But Bree, I don't need any more details, love. That's the situation. Like, you either stay in the situation, be frustrated, or leave. Okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
You take care. Kane Corso.
Hey,
What's up, man?
thanks for bringing me up, bro.
Absolutely, bro. What's going on?
I'm great. My girl's trying to leave me. She be acting up because currently I'm financially fucked up. So I can't seem to spend on her like I used to, or provide things like I used to at the moment. So she be acting up and she's acting weird. She's no longer committed like she used to. Because I'm financially fucked up at the moment. So I've told her that it's not a permanent situation, it's just at the moment. You're gonna get through it, but she just short-sighted. I think she's in for the short-term period.
Okay. What's your question, bro?
My question is, what do I do right now that I'm financially fucked up and my girl's trying to leave me, or she's trying to let me go because
Sure.
I can't buy some certain things for her.
The short answer is get some money. That is the short answer, right? Long answer. Let me ask some questions. How long have y'all been together? And try to speak up a little louder till you're mumbling a lot.
3 years.
Okay. 3 years.
3
And-
years. 3 years.
3 years. Okay. What caused you to be in this financial situation?
Just a little mistake.
I need
On crypto.
specifics. What's going on?
A little mistake on crypto.
On what?
I made a little mistake with crypto, so it got me liquidated at the moment.
I don't.
Yeah, what I said.
You said a little mistake on something. I don't know what you're referring to.
I said I made a little mistake on crypto, so it got me liquidated.
Oh, crypto. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you overinvested in crypto, lost some money. You have a job?
Yeah, I got a skill.
Okay. So you like freelance or something?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long ago did that happen?
Just a year.
It happened a year ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still trying to get it back.
Okay. So when did she start acting different? How long ago?
About 6 months ago.
Okay. And what does acting different mean? What did she start doing?
She stopped, responding like she used to. She started, she can't even try to spend on stuff. When I asked her to get some stuff, she wouldn't try to do that. Everything has to be me.
You were asking her to spend on something?
Yeah,
And-
she can't do that. So she expected me to do all the spending.
Okay. Has she always expected you to do all the spending?
Yeah, I've been doing it. I never asked her for stuff until, she went sideways and she started acting up. She can't even buy nothing.
Okay, so ever since y'all been in a relationship, you just pay for everything?
Yeah,
Okay. See what's going on here. Before you made a mistake with crypto, were you like very well off financially? Did you have a lot of money?
yeah.
Okay. Is that how you got her? You got her with the money?
Not really, just normal connection, but she expected me to, be doing all the spending, and I never asked her for any money, I never expect my woman to provide. I do the providing. So
Okay.
she just went south and she acting up.
Gotcha. How old are you two?
I'm 25,
25. How old is she?
24,
Where y'all located?
Nigeria.
Okay. Nigeria.
Yeah,
Over there, culturally, like the men provide everything and the women.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, That's pretty much how it works, right? Like that's part of the reason. That's a big part of the reason why she was with you.
Not really. She was with me because of love.
Doesn't sound doesn't sound like it. I wouldn't go that far.
Women all over the world, like I would say 90% of men in Nigeria provide, then 10% of women, do 50-50.
Okay.
But 90% of men provide.
If she was with you for love, the money would not have changed that situation, right?
Money kind of make it better.
She was with you mostly for the money. I'm sure she likes you. Maybe she did love you in a sense.
She likes me, but when it comes to spending, I do the spending.
Yeah.
Just recently, I asked her to, try to spend, and she's kind of make it difficult. It's not easy for her. This, that. She doesn't have the money. I have to,
Okay.
my shit.
Here's the thing, though, bro. Here's the thing, right? And there's probably more going on too. Like normally when men get fucked up financially, it impacts us emotionally, right? So I talked about on this live the other day how like women have they have a visceral disgust for weakness. They can't help it. Even no matter how much therapy they've had, no matter how high their consciousness is, no matter how spiritual they are, they hate weak men. They don't like them, right? So when men tend to lose their money, not only do you lose your ability to provide, you lose the capacity for provisioning. You also are impacted on an emotional level, and you kind of lose that gusto, that it factor that made her attracted to you in the first place, right? Yeah. Maybe you're walking around a bit more depressed, mumbling like you're doing on this call, right? Maybe you don't have as much self-belief in yourself, and then she can feel that. She can feel that vibe, feel that energy, right? Like a guy who is in that situation where he loses some bread and he's like, I'm going to figure this out, right? It's going to be, we're good. It's going to be difficult for a little while, but I got this, right? If he's conveying that, you still got her in a sense, right? Because you still have vitality. You still come across as strong. You have a strong frame.
Yeah.
Even then, but even in that situation, if she's with you primarily for finances, you still are on borrowed time. So it sounds like you got two things working against you. One, your energy has dipped because maybe you had an ego hit or identity hit from making a bad call, right? Maybe you didn't foresee that coming. So you're probably hard on yourself, which you shouldn't be, because it's like, live long enough, you're going to fuck something up. It's part of being human, right? You'll get it back. You got it before you can get it again. It's going to happen, right? You just stay the course. But you gotta believe that for yourself though, right? And that has to be conveyed to your woman, both verbally and energetically. Okay. But again, even if you do what I'm telling you to do, if she was with you primarily for the money, the money still gonna have to come back. Right?
Yeah.
So there's no real solution here, man. You may still be in the process of getting yourself back right financially, but in the meantime, start cultivating a bit more self-belief and confidence and see if that makes a difference. But don't try to get her to give you more time. Don't try to get her to give you more energy or more attention. Just you focus on what you got to do. You pour energy into yourself. And if there's enough spark left in the dynamic, that'll catch her attention. Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
All right, brother. Best of luck to you, man.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right. E-Man.
What's up, bro? Let me see. Can I turn on my camera?
Yeah, if you want to. What's going on, bro?
For sure. Not anything much, bro. I just, so I've been practicing the step up and approach game lately, and it's been pretty successful. I got all the numbers or whatever, but
Nice.
bro, tell me why I'll send a text like, oh, it was nice meeting you, whatever, blah blah blah, and then she hits you back, oh, it was cool, and then I'll send another one like, oh, so are you busy like X, Y, or Z day? And I don't hear back. I'm like, so damn, like, how am I getting ghosted like after the second one? Like, okay, she choosing, but like that's cool. And am I doing anything on this side that's not right or whatever? So yeah, I don't know. What do you what's worked for you in the past if that's ever happened?
So you are in a situation where you're doing cold approach, right? And you're getting numbers,
Yeah.
so you're good there, right? Kudos to you, because a lot of guys don't approach at all. Give me 1 second. Let me send this text to a client real quick. Okay. So you're approaching, you're doing good there. When you get their number, you shoot them off a text. You're trying to see when they're free immediately.
Nah, like I'll hit them up, like, you know, like the follow up, you know, like, oh, it was nice meeting you at this place, like, hope we can hang out soon. And then they'll hit me back like, yeah, let's hang out soon, and I'll suggest a day. And I don't hear back.
How many times does that happen?
Like a few times now.
Okay. So when you
Like,
send that
either-
when you send that second text, when when they say, okay, let's hang out soon, how do you respond?
I ask them like when they're available, like, oh, are you free Sunday? Like, you know, cause I got a career and stuff, you know, so I'm
Gotcha.
pretty busy.
Okay.
So I can suggest a day that works for me. Hopefully it works for them.
Got you. Okay. Here's how I would play it. First thing, when you get the number, how soon are you texting them to after you get the number?
Like not right away, but like if I let's say I meet them in the morning, then I'll text them that evening. If I meet
Okay.
them in the evening, then I'll text them in the morning.
Okay. You're trying to continue the conversation y'all had in person, and you're trying to immediately lock down the date. You have to like have a bit of banter first.
Okay, but
So you got to kind of talk to them a little bit, keep it light, maybe make a few jokes, something like that, stuff that you observed, right?
okay.
Then let that like lead into the date suggestion, right? Try that out. It should convert better for you. But you also have to understand when it comes to cold approach, bro. I was just talking to a client I just signed today. He's good with cold approach, and he told me, he was like, yeah, I'm trying to find something better, man, because like cold approach is just so inefficient. Anyone who does cold approach knows this, right? It's like you have to talk to so many women because you can get 10 numbers, right? And out of those 10 numbers, maybe like 4 text you back. And out of the 4 that text you back, you may get 1 or 2 on a date. So like just because you got the number doesn't really mean anything. She could have gave you the number just to shut you up. She could have gave you the number because she felt it in the moment, but now like life has happened and she's in a different emotional state right now, so she's not even into it no more. So you just have to be mentally prepared for that. But yeah, when you get the number, just like have like a very brief conversation with them just to reestablish rapport, and then segue into the date ask. But you're doing a lot of things right. Are you, when you talk to them initially, are you like kind of speaking to seeing her on a date then?
Yeah, like I mean, for example, you know, on, I don't know what day it was, but I was at the laundromat, and then I seen someone I was trying to meet, and then when I talked to him, it was like, you know, just thought you looked splendid today, even at the laundromat on laundry day. So I thought, you know, we could exchange numbers to see if there's a connection. You feel me? And she was like, okay, it's good. So got the number, boom, texted her, like 2 text messages.
Yeah.
And then that was gonna be my follow up question.
Yeah.
Like, okay, do I just hit like I don't know. My whole thing has been like I'll send like 1 follow up text, but that seems like a little early, you know. But
A follow-up text for what?
like a double text, basically.
You could send
Oh,
a,
hey, I didn't hear back from you. Like, you still trying to go out? Blah blah blah. or
you
whatever.
can't send a double text. It's like with this kind of stuff, bro, it's like
I mean, might as well. She gave me her number, right? So.
you like me. I don't give a fuck. I made a video about that today. It's like guys, they get too, and women do this too, but they get so concerned about like, she ain't no simp. I don't want her thinking this like X, Y, and Z, or making her think she got that power. I don't care, bro. because I know you don't have any kind of power over me. You're not running anything. I don't care what you think. Reality of it is, I don't give a fuck. So I'm going to go after what I want, right? So I think that's a winning strategy. You feel me? Now, triple text is crazy.
Right,
Triple.
text,
You going
and
triple?
like,
You getting kind of wild with the triple.
Yeah.
You getting kind of wild with the triple.
Yeah,
But okay, so it's like the way this kind of stuff works, bro. It's kind of like the human body, right? So like if your knee is hurting, there's probably not a real issue with your knee. The issue's probably at your ankle, and the problem with your ankle is causing the knee issue, right? So like with you, it's not what you're saying right now. It's probably a mistake you made earlier, right? And so like when you talk to them, like even the example you just gave, it was like a really brief example to where it's like y'all probably locked eyes or something like that. She probably gave you some sort of choosing signal. You went up to her, you paid her a compliment, and then you were like, we should exchange numbers, right? Try to extend that and talk to her a bit more. Because then you make a stronger impression.
Okay.
And the stronger impression you leave in the initial conversation, the more likely she is to continue texting you. Right now, you're not leaving a strong impression. You're just like a handsome guy who she saw at the laundromat today, who like, she was like, why not? But then there was no lingering, there was no lingering impression. But if you go and you like talk to her for a bit, like a 2-minute conversation, right? And you just talk to her for a second. And then even better, don't make getting the number the goal. Make like the mentality should be like, I'm trying to see if we connect right now. Right?
Okay, man.
Right? Like, do we connect right now?
Is that I feel like I did that too. Like, like it wasn't nothing crazy because I wasn't trying to like take the conversation nowhere. You know what I mean? But like we're both teachers, so I was like, okay, that's cool. Like we could hit off that.
Yeah.
Sorry, my fault to cut you off.
No, you good, bro. So it's like, yeah, you change your mentality to where it's like, okay, right now you're like, let's just change numbers so we can see if we connect. No, right now let's see if we connect. And if we connect, we should extend this. Probably go grab drinks or something sometime. Get her to agree to the date right then.
Okay.
Get her to agree to the date and then get the number. The number exchange is just like, okay, well, you've agreed to the date, so like I need your number so we can like plan this, right?
Right.
You do that, you're gonna solve a lot of the problems that you have.
Word. Okay, babe.
And then when you get her number, the whole like making like little small talk is gonna be easier because you talked for her for so long in the initial conversation. You got more subject matter to work with.
Okay, babe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gotta work on that banter at first. I can be nervous sometimes. So I'm just like, oh shit, she's with the. Yeah, but sometimes I get nervous because I see that with like whoever, like this time I know she was with her mom.
Yeah.
But I still went over there and I played it cool because
there you go.
Mom was talking to me and I was like, oh, by the way, like, is this your daughter? She's really beautiful. Like, you think she let me ask her if she was single?
Yeah.
And Mom was like, I don't know, you gotta ask. So that's why I was like, hey, Mom like set the play low key. So
yeah, that's how you do it. My man. You're gonna do a great job with it, man. It's like that's just a little gap that you didn't know was needed, right? Because it's not like there's any classes on this stuff. You just kind of like model what you've seen, and then you just try to execute. But yeah, you extend the conversation a little bit, and then make a little light extra conversation after you get the number. Then, while also planting the seed of the date in the initial conversation, you'll be fine. Let's give him a second.
Hey, real quick, I know you don't do any matchmaking, but Ebony Leo, I see you in the chat. I see you right here.
Hey, go ahead and shoot.
That's a little follow, you feel me? So
go ahead and shoot.
Okay.
My man.
Good food is smacking, you feel me? So come to the Bay. All right.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
My man.
Tap in with me, Ebony Leo.
Appreciate you, E. That's how you do it, fellas. That's how you do it. Ashley, what's going on?
What's going on, man? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. What's happening?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I just had a quick little question, man. quick context, try to be as concise as possible. I'm talking to this girl I met a few weeks ago at the beginning of the month. She's a friend of my sister-in-laws or whatever, and we met, and we really clicked very naturally. We vibe. We've continued to speak now. We've been speaking consistently. Things are going pretty well. It is a bit of like a medium distance type of situation. It is what it is. I live in like in a what's it called, in a further away area from the bigger cities because of my job. So it's really like a lot of times the type of women that I want to meet are closer to the city, right? So that's kind of just how my situations have been going lately, but it's fine. Anyways, the real question is like, I just want to, I was really just kind of thinking to myself, like, okay, am I tripping? Should I just, I don't know, should I ask her? Should I not? Should I just chill? Whatever. But basically, last night there was something that just kind of I don't know if the word triggered is the word, but it kind of just like didn't really sit well with me a little bit. But I didn't really read too much into it because I kind of just dubbed it as, I'm a human being and it's okay for me to feel some type of way about something. Essentially, though, what it is that she is a entrepreneur and she travels for work. She has to commute from the city that she stays in to go to like downtown, like to work. It's like an hour commute type shit. So yesterday she left and went to the city, stayed at a Airbnb, whatever. And we were on the phone before I went to sleep and stuff like we normally do. And so she was at the B&B with her homie. Now, mind you, the homie's a dude. So me being like, so at first I'm just like, yeah, cool, because I've briefly kind of heard about, the dude, whatever, but, cool, whatever. Thing is, like, obviously, like, for me, is like, I don't know what the dynamic of their relationship is, because I'm still getting to know her, as it is. So, I didn't think too much of it, but at the same time, like, I try to kind of avoid situations where, like, damn, am I getting played right now? But then, I think it's just one of those natural things as a dude where it's like, there's those things where it's like, I don't know if I like that, but it's really just more of like a thing, where your body might be trying to tell you, like, oh, there's danger, and there might not actually be, based off of past experiences and things like that.
Sure.
She hasn't given me any indicators that, behavior hasn't changed, any indicators not to, trust her or whatever, what have you. Like the consistency is there, the affection's there, all those things. I told her that I'm actually going to be in her city in a few weeks, and she was excited. She said, oh, I'm going to plan stuff for us to do. So it's like she's probably giving me more signs that she fucks with me rather than like, oh, I'm getting played. But I'm also thinking like, okay, am I tripping or not?
Okay. So y'all are, you said medium distance, not technically long distance?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long you been talking to her?
It's only been a few weeks, to be honest.
2 weeks? Okay. But when you try to see her or talk to her, she's down?
Oh, there's no, like, we talk, like it's very much, I mean, we honestly, we interact almost as if we're in a relationship. But we also both know that we're, like, getting to know each other, pacing it out.
Gotcha.
But the interest is very high.
Gotcha. How many times have you seen her in person?
I just came back to my city like a few weeks ago. So when I met her, we spent like 2.5 days together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you first met her, y'all spent 2.5 days together?
Yeah.
Okay. Check you out. Was this like
she was like, I don't know, like we clicked, like she took me to the airport, she like did this, like, it was cool. Like she definitely expressed that she liked me, she was interested in all these things. Like I said, there hasn't been any indicators that she doesn't mess with me. Like I'm well versed in the game, so I know when a girl likes me and when she doesn't. It's just that thing where I was like, that made me feel uncomfortable, but it was like, is it because of my ego or is it because there's something to worry about?
Okay. So how did y'all meet? Y'all meet like online or something?
No. We met in person. So what happened was I was coming back from my trip. I was in another country. I was coming back, And so I linked up with my my cousin in the city as I was on the way back to my city.
Mm-hmm.
So I linked up with her, and my cousin was with her friend. So we linked up, and then we all just linked up, and I met the friend. And, you know, I told my cousin, I was like, oh, damn, like, your friend is very pretty. Like, she's cute. She's my type. Like, you know, what's the deal? She's like, oh, she's single. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. So I did my thing, named it, and we clicked. So we kind of just went from there. Like, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. And you said that she went somewhere and was in a hotel, but she stayed with dude?
No, it's not that she stayed with dude. Like, to give you context, like, she lives 1 hour outside of Montreal, but she works in Montreal. That's where most of her business is.
Okay.
So doing that commute every day, sometimes she goes, like, the night before, stays at Airbnb so that she can be up early to get on her clients type shit.
Okay.
So, like, most of her friends stay in Montreal. So in this case, the friend that was chilling with her when I was on the phone was a dude.
Oh, so she just was around the guy. They didn't stay together or nothing like that.
No.
Okay.
But inside, also, I mean, I don't know that 100%, but, like,
yeah, okay.
From what I understand, it's her homeboy. Like, that's her friend. Like, they've been friends for a while. I just don't know the dynamic of their relationship because I'm still getting to know her.
Okay, so you didn't, like, question her. She just kind of voluntarily gave you that information?
Yeah, no, I didn't even question her. She just kind of voluntarily.
Good.
I mean, it was kind of funny because she kept saying my friend, and then I was like, from my head, I was like, you know, whenever a girl keeps saying my friend, it's not, you know what I'm saying? So I said, oh, you talking about dude? And then she was like, yeah, you remember, homie, I had to drive back, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And she was like, she told me, like, oh, yeah, we were just catching up. I was telling them about how we met, blah, 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 shit like that, so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this ain't nothing really to be concerned about, man. I get it. Like, you like her, so you're kind of starting the whole being a bit territorial thing is starting to kick in.
Yeah, you know, it's like a natural thing, right? Yeah. It's not crazy to be when you like somebody, you feel like, oh.
100%. No, it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's only been a few weeks though, so I wouldn't let it stress you out or anything like that. I'm sure you'll get more clarity about this connection as you connect with her over time. But I wouldn't,
for sure.
You know, you're not in a relationship or anything like that right now. Definitely keep the same energy that you had when you heard him on the phone, which is like you're not questioning the situation, right?
Yeah.
Let it be. Let the truth of it be revealed over time. I like to hear the phrase "catching up," right? Because catching up implies we don't talk often. You know.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. It was just kind of like, oh, you know what? I might as well just ask just to see if I'm tripping or not. But I think I've had enough experience now to kind of understand when to, you know, like you said, let things be, and whatever will be revealed over time would be revealed over time. But
yeah,
I was definitely leaning towards it's probably not something to stress about, like, you know, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, things seem good right now. You know what I mean? Y'all seem like y'all really click. So yeah, keep exploring the connection, man. And yeah, you did right by not getting insecure over that situation. Even you asking this question is very normal. It's natural. So yeah, just keep me posting on how it goes though, because over these next
sure.
2.5 months, you'll get a lot of clarity over this situation.
Yeah.
All right.
Likely. All right, for sure. No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, bro. You take care. Oh, my bad, bro. I muted you. What's up, man?
Evening.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
I went on this, like, I actually just got done my second date from this girl on Hinge, and I'm low-key wondering if I want it didn't feel very romantic. I'm just wondering, like, if that's a bad thing, because, like, for context, like, we matched on Hinge. I gave her my number. She texted me. I'm like, yo, meet me at the drink. Meet me at the bar for drinks, 7:30 Tuesday. She's like, all right, bet. She pulls up 7:30 on Tuesday. We have a great time. She texts me after saying she wants to do this again, and then we go get ice cream, walk around the park, whatever. But the park part, it didn't feel like, it felt more like I was hanging out with my homegirl, and that's like a romantic thing. And I'm just kind of wondering, like, I asked her to dinner, and I haven't had anything back yet. It's been about like an hour, but she's busy. I'm not like tripping about that, but I'm just kind of wondering, like, is it a big deal that the second date felt a bit more friendly than romantic? You know what I mean?
How did the first date go?
It was great. It was fun. We were laughing, we were joking, having fun, prolonged eye contact, yada yada yada.
So the first date felt more romantic.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And the first date felt more romantic because of what?
I think it honestly just might have been the environment because we were at a bar, and I mean it was still a public place, but we were like inside, indoors. But like we were at a park this time, just kind of walking around, and
Yeah.
we were having conversation and all that. But it was just like I don't know, like I'm a bit rejection sensitive, so I'm
I
just
got
kind of
you.
wondering if it's worth even continuing to think about this.
Why are you rejection sensitive? Just out of curiosity. Are you like neurodivergent, ADHD, something like that?
No, I just like
Okay.
had a glow up.
Just want to make sure.
Like, very
Just want to make
attracted
sure.
women.
I got you. I got you. I got you. I know ADHD people are very rejection sensitive. Okay. So, that tells me that, okay, to answer your question, considering that the first date was more romantic, you'll be given a bit of grace.
Okay.
Okay? If this was like the first date, probably cooked.
Yeah.
But considering that the first date was more romantic,
Yeah.
she'll likely give it a third, right? Not guaranteed. She could, be one of those types, but yeah, normally you would be given a little bit more grace. But that does tell me that you're letting the environment control like the connection with her. Because you should be able to like go out in a park or any setting, right? And still cultivate some sort of romantic vibe.
Okay.
You do that by like your thread choice. By thread choice, I mean what you choose to talk about. You do that by making physical contact. You do that by making moves when the vibe, calls for it. Have you escalated at all physically? Like y'all kissed or anything like that?
No, that's why I'm low-key concerned because it usually only takes 2 dates for me. So I'm just that's what I'm
Really?
wondering.
You normally do it on the third date, or like it takes up to 3 dates?
I usually get it done by date number 2, but that's what
Yeah.
I'm wondering because it's like, because I mean, I actually do see like maybe dating this girl long term. So I'm not trying to speed run this, but like, I don't know, like normal. It's weird because this is the first girl I went out with that like didn't walk up to me. So that's just why I'm wondering. It's like I don't know if it's a big deal that like, because I mean we hugged whatever, but like I'm not trying to rush things. I'm not trying to be a weirdo. You feel me? But like, she was nice. She asked me questions. It was a good conversation, but I don't know. Like I'm trying to think like, because I don't even know if she's gonna even want to go out with me anymore. Because I don't know if she sees me like that.
Did you start getting concerned about this after she took a while to respond to your text?
No, honestly, it was kind of immediately after I
Okay.
got back from the date. Because like, I don't know. Like it wasn't like there wasn't like the whole like prolonged eye contact and all that kind of stuff. Like not as much as in the first time. Like there was no like tension, if that makes sense.
Gotcha, because y'all were side by side
Yeah.
instead of facing each other or stuff like that. Okay, I got you. That makes sense. So there was no opportunity to kiss her from your perspective.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Didn't have a shot.
Okay, so like at the end of the
That's what
date,
it
you
was.
didn't like hug her, walk her back to her car, or anything like that.
No, I gave her a hug, but it was just a brief thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna have to work on with the conversation you had with her. Was it more of a logical conversations?
No, we were kicking it up, talking about like just everything, like talk about like just romantic stuff in general. Just we actually had a lot in common,
Okay.
but yeah. She texted me after the date saying I had a lot of fun. I like to do this again after the first date, and like I text her like maybe once a day because she's pretty busy. So am I. So I don't sit on my phone waiting for her. But yeah, I'm just kind of wondering like what my chances are of getting that date number 3 because I don't know if I ruined it or not.
Yeah, I got you. Think about the date as building tension, not trying to make it romantic. That's a better frame.
Okay.
Because you've spoken about building tension before, so that tells me you have a conceptual understanding of it, right? So yeah, so building tension could be like you playfully teasing her on the date,
Yeah.
right? If you're building tension, there's going to be a romantic or a sexual undertone to the connection,
Yeah.
right? And that's really all you need to achieve. It doesn't need to be like romantic from the perspective of like, oh, this is so beautiful. Like, it just needs to be like there's some desire here, right?
Okay.
That's what you're trying to create. So moving forward, just make sure that you have a couple of tools in your tool belt to kind of create a bit of tension. Some of the easiest ways is going to be, like you said, holding that eye contact, letting silence persist. Also, like I said, playfully teasing, things like that. not playing things too safe from the perspective. A lot of guys like are super agreeable with women
Yeah.
because they're like, I just want to, oh, you too, me too, right? They're that type of guy. Yeah, me too. Yeah, like they just agree with everything, and that kills tension.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like it's good for you to just like genuinely have a different opinion because that kind of creates a bit of friction, right?
Yeah. For sure.
So yeah, I don't think you're in a bad spot. Definitely keep me posted on how it goes though. But that's how I would think about it moving forward. I wouldn't think about it from a romantic frame. I would think about it from a tension frame, and do what you can to build tension. You may have to do that consciously if that's not something you're used to, and then it just becomes second nature to where it's like, this is just me. This is just how I engage.
All right.
Right. But you not making a move yet, as far as like kissing or anything like that, isn't that bad of a thing because like it still builds tension.
Yeah, because it was like we're Floridian and it was like 30 degrees outside in the park. Just like we didn't really have like I don't know. I didn't feel like I didn't have a shot. I didn't have a clean shot. But like
You sound like a sniper. I didn't have a shot. I was waiting. This is the fucking weather. I couldn't shoot. But yeah, I got you.
So just keep going.
Don't be hard on yourself, man. It's all good. It happens, bro. You had a good first date, so it's like I think you're gonna be good on this. I do. I think she's gonna text you back. I don't think. How old are you two, by the way?
I'm 21. She's 22. She's a master's student. I'm doing my bachelor's.
Okay, so she's in college. Y'all go to the same school?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. The school is just a little bit more difficult because it's a lot of contenders. But anyway, you should be good. You should be good. All right. Just keep me posted on how it goes. All right, bro.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
All right, my man. You take care. Cece's back. The boogeyman's back.
Damn, look at how they've been tapping for you, Coach. Like so much.
I appreciate it.
So much, right? So let's keep tapping now. We are not at our goal, but we are definitely going to make it before the end of the hour. So I wanted to just come up and say thank you guys. Keep going, keep going. If we even surpass the 115, we are good with that. Just want to remind the people in the panel that you want to start off with your question first. And try not to vent. We have a few more people still in the queue. We're going to try to get through everybody before the end of the hour. But if not, don't forget he will be on tomorrow. He'll do his own commercial at the end like he normally does. But that way we can kind of get through these next couple calls. Start with your question first. And we appreciate you guys being so patient and waiting as you guys are either in the panel or the queue as he getting through the other guests. So thank you guys. But let's keep tapping, y'all.
Appreciate you, CC.
Thank you.
All right. Ebony Leo in the building.
Hi, I'm back.
How you doing? What's going on?
I have, I think, 2 questions. Okay, my first question is, what's the difference from casual and dating versus dating? And, is it a good sign that the person, you're dating is calling you and, like checking in and, falling asleep on the phone and stuff like that? Like, is that a good sign?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. So the first question is, what's the difference between like casual and dating?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. I think they're kind of synonymous. They're pretty much the same thing. And then the difference occurs like intentionality is the difference, right? So like if things are progressing, then it's likely like it's dating, right? Where casual is like it's missing intentionality, where like there's just there's no progression to the connection, right? So it's like there's no more intimacy being cultivated. There's no deeper levels of vulnerability being shared, right? Plans of the future, even talks of compatibility, I would say. Like if I'm dating someone, I know it's like gonna be a casual thing. I don't care how compatible we are. It has nothing to do with this connection, right? Does that make sense, Ebony?
Yes, cause somebody said it's common sense. Somebody left a comment and said common sense, but not really, because that's the reason why a lot of people end up in situationships, because people don't understand the two. Because you could think because a person texting you a lot that y'all dating, but they see you as casual. You could think because a person take you on a couple of dates that y'all dating, but it's casual. So with the guy I'm talking to now, and no, I didn't have sex with him yet, but
that was my next question. We had a parlay going. I was putting money on that. I said, I know he's cracked by now.
It's coming. I was with him last night. It's coming.
Okay.
And I was saying, I'm kind of sick right now, so that's why my voice sound like this.
Okay.
But he checks in, he calls, he tell me about his day, he tell me about work. So I'm feeling like, okay, he really include me like in his life. And then we fall asleep on the phone like it's 2026. Like people don't even. I ain't do nothing like that since high school.
Facts. Facts.
We be falling asleep on the phone. Like I really like enjoy talking to him, and I really like him to the point I get so nervous. And yeah, so we going on a date next Saturday. But like the guy who was just on the call, when he was saying the girl he took on a date and he really like her, because that's the thing. Most men, when they're moving casual, they don't even take you on a date.
Mm-hmm.
And since I've been dating, when a guy take you on a date, he's seeing you as a potential girlfriend. Like, so that's how the guys I've been talking to, when they take me on dates, that's how they move in.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I'm saying the guys that I've been talking to.
Okay.
That's why I said me. Because like I said, some good men could take you on dates, but it's still just casual.
Okay.
It's like, do they call you? Do they, check in, include you, remember things that you like and like to do things. It's not all about them. So I just want to know, like, we be on the phone, he check in. But I'm ready to. But okay, I'm just still.
Are you gonna hold it off until Valentine's Day? You still waiting for Valentine's Day?
I'm waiting for Valentine's Day. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
I have my doubts. You come back now.
Yeah. Okay.
You come back. Let me know if I was right.
I just wanted to know.
All right, Ebony. You take care, love.
All right.
Breezy.
Hey.
What's going on?
Okay, so I have like two questions.
Okay.
The first one, I guess the synopsis is something I think. I think chemistry comes through text from death and playfulness. Now, how is your day, like, consistently? And I feel like just, like, talking stages are so boring. Like, how do you build chemistry over text messages?
How do you build chemistry over text messages? I think...
I don't think it's possible.
It kind of is. It just depends on how you define the term. Because like if you're texting someone, your text game is real good, you're like giving them dopamine hits. So like you can be in a situation where like a woman, even if like y'all not been on the date yet for real, the way that you're texting is so engaging that like she's looking forward to hearing from you again. Right? It's like a Pavlovian response. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
So it's like every time you text, you're like offering some degree of value, and yeah, people like that. You may have been, so the guys who you've dated and you've had like a talking stage with, have they just been boring over text?
Yeah, it's always how's your day?
What are you doing? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's not that it's not possible. It's that you just haven't experienced a guy who knows how to convey himself with the written word. It's a skill. It's a whole skill. It's not easy to do. A lot of people don't know how to
So it's
convey
gonna be
that.
hard to find, you would say?
I mean, it's one of the reasons why I sell an ebook on text messaging. It was the first product I ever made. That's how big of a problem it is. Where I was like, okay, yeah, you want to learn how to text. You kind of have to nowadays, especially with all the people using dating apps, and you have to text first on a dating app, right? But yeah, a lot of people don't know what, because they don't think from the other person's like perspective. You know, if they thought from the other person's perspective, like I tell guys, like, don't ask, what are you doing? You know, because it's boring. Like, think about what it's like to receive that. Or they'll ask a whole bunch of questions, right? You probably have experienced that as well, where it's just like question after question after question. And I have to tell them, like, when you ask somebody a question, you're making them do all the mental work because they have to come up with an answer, right? It's harder to answer a question than it is to ask a question, right? So, like, you're just making this be a very boring experience for a woman. And women, like, inherently want to be stimulated. I think women are more sensitive to boredom than men are by a large margin, which is why the worst thing you can do to a woman is be boring. So, but there's a lot of guys just don't know how to text. That's all it is.
Okay, so, like, all right. So what would you say is the outcome for that?
What are the outcomes?
Like, what is the solution?
Oh, you just got to find someone who knows how to text. You can't do anything on your end. That's going to be up to the person who you are dealing with, right? Even if you are engaging, that isn't going to make them engaging.
Right.
Like, it's really a skill set. There's some people who are born through text, but like in person, they're more enjoyable. They just cannot convey their personality through the written word. They can't do it. They never learn how to do it, how to express themselves in that medium. So it's difficult. Like, how are you meeting men? Why is texting like a big thing? Are you meeting them through a dating app or something?
The apps, yeah, just the apps, because, like,
Yeah.
I guess
That's why this is a problem for you, because it's the apps. Okay, it's making sense.
Yeah, so that leads into my second question.
Yeah.
About, is it wrong to, like, wait for a guy to make the first move? Because a lot of them, I don't know if it's a new generation of men,
Yeah.
but a lot of it, you know, not all guys have that, you know, capability of approaching a woman. But I think when a woman approaches, it looks desperate. I don't know. So it's like,
it depends on how you do it. You can do it with some finesse. You can do it in a feminine way, right? Like, approaching from the perspective of like, oh, you're so handsome, I just had to come over here and say hello. No, don't do that. You could, but you flip the polarity, and it's like, now you're taking his panties off essentially. You know, you don't want to do that. But you can do it in a feminine way. Hannah is the GOAT. She just commented, one of my mods. That's what she does all the time. She does it in a feminine way, because the feminine approach is to create an opening. You're essentially doing that when you are making eye contact across the room or smiling, right? You're creating an opening. You're signaling like, hey, I see you. I'm open to some sort of connection, right? But you can go a step beyond that. And it's probably necessary in today's environment, because a lot of women complain about guys not approaching, which I completely understand. But when you look at the landscape, there's a couple of things going on. One, a lot of women complain about being approached. So you have your own sisters to blame for this, because a lot of women make content online saying, don't leave me alone. I saw a video the other day of a woman saying, don't talk to me while I'm in the gym at all, right? And then it goes viral, and then like it gets hundreds of thousands of likes, you know, hundreds of thousands of comments. Guys see that and they're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna leave them alone then, right? So you got that. Then, if that wasn't enough, you also have it's just easier to slide into somebody's DMs. It's just easier to download a dating app, right? So much so a guy can see you in public, don't say nothing to you, and then shoot you a DM when he gets back home. It's an easier way to connect. It's just a path of least resistance. People are going to choose the path of least resistance every time. If there's an easier way to do something, people are always going to choose that way. And right now, the easier way to shoot your shot is in the DMs, and it is via a dating app, right? So all of that together creates the environment where men don't approach. Now, with that being said, there's always going to be guys who still approach, okay? but you may have to do a little bit more legwork to make that happen, to foster some sort of conversation. And like I said before, when it comes to creating that opening, what Hannah likes to do is, if she is in a grocery store and she sees a guy she's interested in, she'll ask him. She'll ask him to. She'll ask him to like get something off the top shelf, right? So she'll ask for help, right? And that automatically puts you in a situation where there's polarity established, right? Because the feminine is about receiving and the masculine is about, like, you know, creating order and like kind of solving a problem, right? So just asking for help, the act of asking for help already puts you in that situation.
I'm so sorry. I really can't. Like, I just don't know what's wrong. I have ADHD. I'm listening, but like,
You do?
why is someone coming up here just being a menace? Like,
I would have responded. I just started taking Vyvanse. So like I'm locked in this question right now, so I don't give a fuck. Is when you look at people like that, come on, y'all. When you look at people like that,
don't get it.
well, the reason why you don't respond is because they want attention. That's how you gotta think about it. So like, if you know someone's trolling you because they want attention, the worst thing you can do is not give it to them. That's what they want, so you don't give it to them.
Sure.
So anyway, what was I saying? So you can ask for help, right? That creates more polarity in the connection, right? You can also just, and there's many ways to ask for help. There's someone in a comment in the chat said, what if you're tall? It doesn't have to be like that specific example. It could be asking for help for anything, right? You can also pay a compliment as well. Oh, I like those shoes, right? You're just creating an opening, and if he wants to take it further, he can do so.
Okay. Yeah, you don't actually go up to them.
You can, but it's like when you go up to them, it's not overtly communicated that I'm coming up to you because I'm attracted to you.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Does that make sense? When you go up to them and you're overtly communicating like I'm feeling you, that's when you're flipping the polarity, because now you become the hunter, right? You're flipping the polarity then. When you go up and you're just like asking for something, or like just creating conversation about something, like y'all know how to do this. Like this is just part of how women operate, right? Like I've had women who just will try to close distance and just get in your physical space and not say anything to you. They're just like trying to get physically close to you so that you can more easily talk to them, right? It's just in this example, you're actually engaging them. I've had women come to me up in the gym and they're like, are you using this? I'm clearly not using it, right? They'll ask, I'm holding like 80-pound dumbbells. Are you using the 20-pound dumbbells? Of course I'm not using the 20-pound dumbbells, right? But it's like, it's just your way of trying to create some dialogue. So stuff like that.
Okay. And you know when he's like, for some reason, anytime a guy like mentions their, like even just a casual conversation, if they mention, they be like, my girlfriend or my wife, they always add that in the conversation out of context. Even we're not even like a casual. Does that necessarily mean like, is that what they're trying to say? Like, I'm not trying to talk. This is a simple conversation, and you're adding in like, I just feel like it's like, why do you think that I want you?
Well, I'm confused. What do you mean? When you say my girlfriend, my wife, what's the context there? I missed it.
If you like conversate with a guy and they bring up their wife or their girlfriend in a conversation that didn't necessarily like, I mean that's good, but it's like, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So like when you're talking to someone and you haven't met them before, and then they bring up that they're in a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to let you know they're taken. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's like I guess a regular conversation about, I guess. I'm not asking, like, the thing is, the context of the conversation, where did that come from? I mean, like, what does someone suggest in case? Like, what? I don't know.
So these are guys that you just were, like, talking to be friendly with, or, like, how did you start talking to them?
Yeah, just friendly.
Okay.
Like, yeah, friendly.
So you didn't have any intentions or anything like that?
You see, and this is why, my third question, and I'll just stop yapping, because I'm naturally direct and logical.
Okay.
But I've noticed that sometimes I create tension.
Because ADHD, right? Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I understand.
So, like,
Go ahead.
how do you suggest that, like, me as a woman communicate confidently without triggering ego dynamics. I feel like with men, I create a lot of tension when I speak to them, or like even sometimes even at work. Like the guys there, I be trying to like dab them up. They get getting mad at me for some. Okay, charge her at this point. All right, never mind.
You say you try to dap them up at work?
Yeah, I try to dab them up. I'm not hugging you. Like, why would I want to hug you? And then they're getting offensive because I'm trying to dab them up.
Okay. Like hugging them as like a greeting? Like, is that what they were expecting?
Yeah, greeting like coworkers, you know, like, hey man, what's up? Like, I be trying to like instead of like, cause what they do, they try to go in for a hug, and I dab them up, cause I don't hug men, cause why would I hug you? I don't know you like that, and that's just how I was raised, anyways. Like, I barely hug my. You see, that's the problem. I'm saying with men, it's like I create a weird tension with them, and I feel like I have a lot of masculinity. I don't know what it is.
Probably.
I think that's what it is.
Probably. That's probably what's going on. I mean, hugging coworkers. I never hugged a coworker. I've hugged specific coworkers, but like generally speaking, no. You hugging coworkers? Why are they trying to hug you for?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? They're like, oh, because you're like a girl, or they're saying in their culture they hug as a greeting.
Oh, I don't buy that. Yeah, sounds like I just wanted to hug you. That's what it sounds like. Anyway, are there like a romantic context you can give me? An example of like you being direct and like turning people off?
I would say that. Oh, like when I sometimes like when I'm just playing around, I'm like, oh, just because you're big and have muscles, I'm not scared of you.
That's fine. That doesn't. And somebody was offended by that?
well, like, cause no, I have a conversation with one of my coworkers. He's one of my. I work with him for a while, and that's how like stuff we be talking, going back and forth. And I don't know, it just like triggers him. It's like certain things trigger like men's ego that I say.
Well, that sounds weird. Unless there's like something off about the context that you're leaving out, but like that just sounds like flirting to me.
What?
Saying,
I can't really read into also like how do you know like necessarily if a guy actually likes you. I don't really. I kind of the flag just kind of goes throughout the ear and out the other. Like I never notice it. So
gotcha.
I guess that's another question's like how do you know if a guy actually likes you?
Like, is he staring at you? Is he making eye contact with you? Is he trying to like? There was a woman who called in yesterday and she was saying she didn't know if one of the directors at her job like was feeling her, and I like asked her a couple of questions, and turns out like there's a lot of coworkers in the environment, but he spends a lot of time talking to her. Stuff like that. Like, you'll know people like investing energy into you. I had a coworker. It wasn't a coworker. He was like a manager at a job I used to work at. He was gay. I remember I was telling one of my female coworkers, I'm like, buddy's gay for sure. She was like, how do you know? I'm like, there's 10 of us here. Nigga keeps talking to me. What's special about me, right? There's like, you keep engaging me. You could be engaging all of us. You keep coming to me, though. So obviously you're interested to some degree. I don't have any problem with that, but it's like I notice it. So it's like, these kind of things are simple. I assume shit like that. Like, I just assume, because I missed so many opportunities when I was younger that now I just assume. If you show me any kind of attention, I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's one of the ones. So you should probably think the same way. Like, even with your coworkers trying to hug you, that sounds like they have some degree of interest in you. That's still weird to me to be trying to hug coworkers at a greeting. That's not normal. But, yeah. But I get it. Like, if you're neurodivergent, it's hard to pick up on these things. We tend to have to understand the logic behind socializing. I used to be like incredibly socially awkward because I did not understand the logic behind socializing. It didn't make sense to me. And then I understood the logic behind it, and then I just took over very easily. Once I understood the underlying mechanics of it, it was ball game after that. So anyway, I gotta get more callers, love. But we can talk more about this though. I definitely want to understand more of your story. Okay?
Thanks.
All right, love. You take care.
Likewise.
Justin, what's going on, man?
So sorry. Give me 1 second, please.
Okay.
I have my little one sleeping. I have my wife sleeping. I'm trying to be as quiet as I possibly can.
You're good. You sound like a future version of Xeon. I don't know if people in the chat know who Xeon is. He just
What's in
commented.
the closet?
Hello.
This is crazy.
Okay, so Justin, what's going on?
So I've been seeing you on my feed recently. I've been seeing a lot of chances to get advice from people, and I'm trying to open up a lot more with my, I guess, concerns, I guess, in a sense. And I wanted to get your advice. I am happily married. I've been married for 2 years now.
Okay.
I'm in a really good relationship, and the problem that I have, I'm able to admit that this is my issue. I want to know how I can make it easier for me to navigate not being so tunnel visioned on trying to work so much, trying to make so much money, with my mindset of I want to set up my family for the best future, while at the same time not allowing my wife and my kid to feel so neglected, like I'm losing my connection with them. And I want to know your advice on how I can do that easier.
So, are you having a hard time juggling like the responsibilities with your family with like the aspirations that you have?
Yeah, like I'm trying so hard to like accomplish my goals, and because like I'm in the process of owning a business.
Okay.
And I'm so tunnel visioned on making these dreams happen, and I'm so focused on making it happen, and that's like my only focus. But at the same time, I don't want my little one to feel like I'm losing my bond or connection with her. I don't want my wife feeling like I'm disconnecting with her, because we get so little time now. Like I'm working weekdays and weekends. She gets weekends off. So I don't get a chance to spend weekends with her as much as I want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know how I can make it easier to where like I'm not trying to neglect them. I'm just trying to build a future for them.
Gotcha.
While at the same time, I'm not trying to disconnect to them.
Understood. Okay. What kind of business are you building?
So I'm currently I have a small laser tag and mobile business.
Okay.
It's a small business that a person that I know is trying to buy out and expand upon. And I'm thinking of this as a way to elevate my future, because I've been in the haunted house industry. I'm an actor, and
I can hear that in your voice.
I want to build my own haunted house, and I figured this would be my way of kind of expanding into that.
Okay.
And kind of making it bigger. So, I was like, man, like this is the first time I've had a dream where I can hold on to it, and I can feel it, and I'm so focused on making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's causing me to tunnel vision. And I don't want the people that I truly care about. I mean, like, these girls are my world,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want them thinking that like I'm neglecting them because I'm so tunnel visioned on making this happen.
Understood. Okay. And how long have you been building this business?
So this is actually like brand new. I actually didn't know of this business until I got reached out to on Facebook Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
He's owned a business previously that I used to go to when I was a kid. And he built a brand new business, and he reached out to me, and he was like, I got this business going on. I'm kind of getting burnt out. I love the place with all my heart, but I'm getting burnt out, and you're someone that I know personally, and I know you have your own dreams and aspirations, but I want you to come through here, see what this place is like. I want to see what kind of team leader you are, and I want to see if maybe we could work together to build it and make it better than what it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how long has that been? How long have you been working on that?
Currently for the last 6 months, 7 months.
And at what point would you say mission accomplished? I now can free up time to spend time with my family.
I don't want it to go on for too long, because I'm going to be honest. I'm not someone who makes a lot of money to kind of just give to him up front for this business. I've been kind of getting screwed over with jobs lately.
Okay.
So I would obviously have to get like a loan to kind of, buy the business out from him. And I know that that's going to take a while. That's like the hardest thing to do. So I'm trying to be patient with it, but at the same time, I'm not trying to take so much time to where like this is prolonging and I'm spending more time trying to make something happen that's going to be really hard than while in the process of that, like losing the time that I could have while my kid's still a kid, you know, and while my marriage is as good as it is.
Got you. Okay. So it's pretty much vague or nebulous, like as far as like when you'll get to a point where it's like, okay, mission accomplished. Now I can spend time with my family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay. So there's a book that I read, I recommend, called The One Thing. It's written by, I think, Gary Keller. He owns Keller, the largest real estate company in America. And the book was basically describing his process for growing said business. He was basically talking about focus. And he was saying that balance is a myth. There's no such thing as balance. Nobody has a perfectly balanced life. But what he suggests is like you just operate in extremes. You just flip from one extreme to the other. And in the process of flipping from one extreme to the other, you create balance in a sense, right? So right now what you're doing is you're operating in an extreme with the business. And what you have to do is flip it and do the same thing with your family.
Okay.
Right? So, and whatever that looks like for you. So maybe a day per week, you forget about the business entirely and you focus exclusively on your family. Right?
Okay.
Maybe one weekend out the month, you ignore the business completely because it's not going to fall apart with 48 hours of no focus. And then you just go really deep on the family stuff. So you go from one extreme all the way to the other extreme. What you naturally probably would want to do is stay in the extreme of doing the business and then give your family crumbs. Just to be like you're doing something. That's probably what you've been doing up to this point, right? You've been like the little free time you have, you've been giving to the family. Flip that. The same way that you're neglecting the family, not in a negative way, just the term I chose to use. Same way you're not giving attention to the family right now, you do the same thing with the business. Business, then flip, no business, just family. In doing that, you will, if I would wager, you look at the math, you will probably spend more time, focused time with your family than people who are working 9-to-5 jobs and spending time with their family, right?
Right.
Because the most important thing with the people in our lives, our loved ones, is your presence. It's not even time spent, it's the quality of time spent. Meaning, are you here now with this person? That's what they're going to remember.
Right.
Like a lot of people, they'll be, you know, with their loved ones or their children, and it's like everybody's on a device, you know. So they're in the same room, but it's like no memories are being made. They're just kind of physically around one another. Sometimes that's okay, but nowadays that's becoming the default situation. It's not good. Not really connecting. But if you can do what I'm telling you, and you're just like present, and you don't worry about any of this other stuff you're going on, and it's just I'm here for just y'all right now. That's it. That's going to be really appreciated. What were you about to say?
I was just gonna like clarify. I'm a bonus parent, and I used to be in a situation where I didn't know if being a bonus parent was something I wanted to do, because I come from parents that really didn't pay a lot of attention to me, and I was afraid that I was going to put that same type of trauma on a kid who doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
But the thing is now is that I've spent so much time with this kid, with this little girl, that she's changed my entire perspective on what it means to have a kid.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And now I want to do nothing more but try to be the best bonus parent, that step parent. Mm-hmm. I'll clarify, not bonus parent. That's just what's engraved in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to be better. I want to try to make sure that I'm not making her feel neglected just because I don't think I'm worth being a parent because of my own traumas.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have this new perspective, I guess that's why I came up here and asked that question. because I'm going to therapy. I'm trying really hard to be open about this type of stuff. I had a dad who told me if I did this, then I'm weak. If I try to admit this, then I'm destroying walls that shouldn't be destroyed. And I'm trying to get past that, and not be that person, not be that parent, not be that husband that my dad used to be.
Yeah.
And really, truly, that's why I'm up here.
I got you.
Like, I'm shaking right now just talking about this because I'm not used to this. It's very uncomfortable, but I'm really trying.
I got you, man. Just asking the question just shows that your heart's in the right place and that you'll be successful with this. A lot of people in this situation are not even thinking about it. They may consider it, feel a bit of shame, and then they'll distract themselves from the shame or guilt that they feel from neglecting their loved ones, right? But you're sitting here, you're sitting with that guilt, and you're asking questions about it, being vulnerable, which is something you're not used to, like you said. So you'll do well. You'll do good, man. Just apply what I said, and it'll work out for you. And even you telling me that, it tells me that even how you're perceiving this probably isn't even accurate. You're probably spending time with them from their perspective, and it's not as big of a problem on their end as it is in your head right now. That's probably what's really going on.
I do have a problem with overthinking. I will be very completely honest, and sometimes I don't feel like even yesterday I spent the whole day with my little one, mainly because she was out of school, but despite it being 1 degree outside and me not wanting to go outside at all, I said, fuck it. Let's go out and let's make sure you're not stuck inside of the house watching TV all day.
Yeah. Yeah, you're doing good, man. You're doing good. Still apply what I said. It'll help you, but you're doing good. I think you're overthinking it, and you gotta give yourself a bit more grace, right? Because you can't do everything perfectly. Life is about trade-offs. It just is, I was just seeing. It was a podcast. I think Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are going on some podcast tour since they got a movie released on Netflix. And they were on a podcast, and the host was like, to achieve greatness, everyone he knows who's achieved greatness, had to sacrifice everything, right? Anyone who's really achieved something great, they don't have happy family lives. None of them do. Because the price to greatness was they had to sacrifice everything and give their all to this one thing, right? So ultimately, life is about trade-offs. So if you want to build a business, part of that is you are going to have to sacrifice some time. It's just practically how it works. So you can't beat yourself up for that. You just have to make it worth it at the end of the day. All right?
Yeah, no, thank you so much. This was good. This will help me go to sleep without overthinking all night.
My man.
I appreciate it.
All right, keep me posted on how it goes, man.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, take care. All right, last couple Mike can knock this one out. Another one depends. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm okay. So I'll make this quick. So I was on your show, I guess last week or the week before, and I think your advice was, my concern was that it's hard finding someone, and I was always on the dating apps, so blah blah blah, and meeting guys, maybe going out, putting myself out there more is one way to meet a guy or smile, wink, whatever. So update, I did go out the other day, 3 nights ago. I took myself out to eat. And by the bar, I went to this Caribbean spot. I sat by the bar, ate. This guy came in, my type. He was with a friend. He sat by the bar, and he'll look over from time to time. So I basically looked at him and I smiled, and then I said, "Hey." So once I did that, he actually came closer and we started talking. Now the vibe was right, real great, very good conversation. He spoke my language. We hit it off real well. Then of course we exchanged numbers, and then the following day, we kind of continued talking over the phone. And he said he's 28 years old. Okay. I'm in my mid-30s. my heart fell down to my toes because I'm like, I don't think I could do it. He's too young, so I don't know what to do. That's my question. I don't know what to do.
Why is he too young?
28. I'm like 8 years older than him. Sure. That's a lot.
It doesn't matter. It's like people grow on different timelines. Once he goes past 25, to a certain degree, but generally speaking, once we're past 25, it's like it's fair game.
The thing is that because I'm in my mid-30s, I'm more like I'm looking for certain things, obviously, like family. I don't have any kids yet.
Okay.
And of course, marriage, all of that. I don't know, because at 28, I was not thinking about that. I don't know where his mind is at.
Well, you got to find out. Just find out. Don't write it off. Like, let the actual data make your decision. Right now, you're making a lot of assumptions. Right? So get the actual data. You date him, you talk to him for a while. If you get the vibe that he doesn't have his mind right, okay, well then you just gracefully exit, right? But don't discount it because like in your head you're like, well, this can't possibly be the case. There's some very mature 20-somethings out there.
That's true. He did say he dates older women. And they say the same thing. Oh, I'll be different. I'll treat you right. This and that. But stuff like that don't get me. So, that went over my head. But I guess, like you said, we'll see. Another thing too, he's like a pretty boy. Like he looks good. I could tell he's more than likely gets a lot of girls, like a lot of women. Okay. And he's pretty known to coming to that particular restaurant. So I'm assuming he goes out a lot. And that's kind of scary. I don't like that.
What are you scared of? You scared of that he may just be like, fuck boy, that type of thing?
Yeah, because like one, he looks really, really good. Okay. And two, he's pretty known in that spot. So that means like he goes out all the time. Like I'm more of like a homebody, chill. Like I'll go out from time to time, but I don't want nobody mixy. I don't know.
What's wrong with somebody being mixy? What are you associating with that?
Playboy, like a fuck boy.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm like overthinking it.
This is still a situation to get more data, right? Like you're a little seasoned. I think like if you engage somebody, you're gonna know what the vibes is like, right? You'll know.
Yeah, the vibe so far is pretty cool. Like we're fine. Like you said, I might just go out on another date and see where that goes. But I'm one though, I don't want to waste no time. Like if I see any little, I guess, red flag, like we say now, I'm out.
That's the thing though. That's the thing that kills women, is that I don't want to waste any time.
But I've gave men chances, and I've wasted a lot of time.
It's an overcorrection. It's an overcorrection. It's an overcorrection, right? So like women be in a situation where like they give chance after chance after chance after chance after chance, right? Okay, well now you way too many chances, and then it doesn't work out. Time is wasted from their perspective, and then they go to the opposite end of the spectrum where it's like one chance you're going, right? There's a middle ground there. Yeah, you don't have to give chance after chance after chance. Yeah, have discernment. Know if somebody like have your non-negotiables. That's how I've explained this. It's been a while since I've talked about that. There's a difference between like having non-negotiables and like giving grace for like certain red flags. There are no perfect people. Everybody has red flags, present company included, right? So if your approach is the moment you see a red flag, you're going to dip out, it's not going to work. That happens to a lot of women as they get older. They start raising their standards, but they raise it so high that they build up this wall that nobody can clear. And they think they're being wise, but really they're just protecting themselves from being hurt. And they put themselves in a situation that guarantees they won't get hurt, but it also guarantees they'll never find anybody. Because nobody's going to come to you perfect, right? So like, know what your non-negotiables are. Meaning like, if you don't want a man with kids, okay, can't do that, right? If you don't want a man who's like on a lie, you catch him in a lie, it's non-negotiable. But then there's other red flags where it's like, or concerning things, which is like, okay, we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays out. I'll give you grace for that because I'm not clean either.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where you're at. Just get clear on your non-negotiables, and they need to be grounded though, not like have him being like if he's not 6'5", if he's under 6'5", it's not like non-negotiable. Like these are big problems where if I see these, I'm running. Right, lying is a good one. I don't deal with liars.
More than 2 kids, I feel like that's a non-negotiable. I can't do it.
Okay, yeah, get clear on that. So then that'll help you filter. And then if you're seeing something that isn't on your non-negotiable list, then you give a little bit of grace. Not endless grace. You give a little bit of grace, see how it plays out. Right? If it turns to be too much of an issue, then you just gracefully exit. That's going to give you a more balanced approach when it comes to vetting people.
Okay.
Okay?
I agree. Okay, cool.
All right, love.
Thank you.
Keep me posted, all right?
All right.
All right, take care. All right, people, that's a wrap. If you're new here, make sure to follow. I go live every day at noon and 9 p.m. Eastern time. I will not be going live noon like forever, obviously. We're just going hard because we want to start streaming these lives on YouTube. See if I can build up a community there as well. So make sure you subscribe for the YouTube channel as well. Link is in the bio. What else I got? Guys, if you're struggling with dating, attraction, relationships, link in bio for coaching. Understand it is a small 4-figure investment, low 4-figure investment. If you can't afford that, the next best option is the course called the Retainment Blueprint. It's going to get you right, whether you are just trying to get out there and date or you're in a relationship and you want to make it better. All the answers are in that course. Appreciate the mods, appreciate the chat. I will see you all tomorrow. Y'all take care.